I mean, LA and other cities, it just goes to show that this is the reason why women is running, rap and hip hop, because there's just so much violence and disrespect in the male music.
So last week, Saweetie released her EP, The Single Life, and boy, did this flop. The word flop itself might be an understatement. The EP sold 2K sales in the first week, and the question many people are asking is, how did this happen? Saweetie is a well-known celebrity who gained the majority of her publicity from dating Quavo from the Migos over the last couple of years. No, I'm not the Shade Room, so I don't know what exactly happened that led to the downfall and breaking up of their relationship, but what I do know is this led to the self-proclaimed title, The Single Life. Now, the flopping of this album is a result of followers not being supporters and customers. Now, Sunny Digital, Atlanta producer of course, had some special words for this EP flopping. 13 million followers, hundreds of thousands of likes on all pictures, but album sold less than 2,000 copies. That's crazy. The math ain't adding up. Now, like showed in the intro clip, Saweetie felt that women are running the rap game. Now, I'm not sure if she's including herself in this, but I hope she's not, because 2,000 album sales the first week is unacceptable for someone who's considered a B2C list celebrity rapper. Now, Tweety was simply getting slandered all over Twitter and Instagram, and she responded to her hate on Twitter saying this: "I make music for pretty bitches. If you can't relate, I understand." Now, it's safe to say, Saweetie's a 10, it's good on mute. See, the problem with Saweetie's EP is she has such a large and active social media presence, but these are fans of her, and the fans of her are fans for all the wrong reason. Her looks, her body, and this is said in no intent to sexualize Saweetie, but let's be real here, Saweetie does sexualize herself in her music. Bottom line, her online social presence is not converting to offline sales. I know for many artists, album sales are sort of viewed as a tool to tear an artist down. If they don't live up to expectations, we view them as a flop. But I view album sales as like stocks in the music industry, which simply shows how many people are actually listening to your music and what the demand for your music is. Now, Saweetie's Instagram engagement is crazy. I'm talking about 13 million followers, millions of views on Reels, which are mostly thirst trap type videos, and she hasn't really made a hit since My Type, in my opinion. Now, there wasn't really any crazy promo for this whole EP. Her posting her track list and album mode type of pictures and videos going on her Instagram. Now, the evisceration of Saweetie, of course, seems like men taking an attack on female artists, but that's not the case, as people just hold the same standard for women as men. Now, we have the same energy for Coi Leray and Megan when they released their projects and got dragged for weeks. But now when we attack Saweetie, who some view as like a prettier artist, as a hot girl, city girl, it seems like people aren't too happy with being matched with the same energy. And Ken Barbie spoke out on the situation saying, "I don't think anyone is coming at Saweetie's sales situation any more than they do others. It's a valid conversation around mainstream artist numbers being much less than one would have expected. And let's not act like artists. Y'all then drag Coi Leray and Megan for weeks." Is Saweetie flopping her fault or her labels? Because we have just found some grimy information regarding the whole situation, as DJ Vlad has actually reached out to Saweetie, wanted to interview, considering they're both from the Bay Area in California, and apparently he was rejected. Now, a lot of people don't do Vlad TV, may not do No Jumper because of certain things. They might not like Adam, they might not like Vlad, and let's be honest, Vlad does have a reputation of not being liked by a lot of people, but that is life and that is business. So apparently someone from Saweetie's team was actually reached out to by Vlad, and they actually turned the whole situation down, pushing Vlad away, and Vlad never interviewed her. And this came from the viral tweet where Vlad said, if Saweetie did a Vlad TV interview, she would have easily done 10x her first week sales, which was 2,000 copies, meaning she would have done 20K sales in the first week. He also said, we actually reached out to one of our people, and she told us she doesn't do Vlad. Her loss. Throwing a little shade at the little Drake reference right there. And Saweetie then came to defend, saying she had no idea that Vlad reached out to her and that someone on her team of publicists actually just panned her out. According to DJ Vlad, the woman that prevented his interview with Saweetie was Aisha White, a senior VP at Warner Music Bros, as she hates DJ Vlad. Someone from Vlad's team reached out to someone from Saweetie's team and said, her publicist doesn't like Vlad. She told me she will never have one of her artists do it. I'm sorry. Now, I'm going to be clear. I don't agree with many things that DJ Vlad does. His content interviews are fire, and I can't deny that. But what he said in his tweet was facts. Someone at Saweetie's label, Warner Bros, made the choice to not let her do an interview with Vlad, whatever the case may be, whatever the reason. And it is destroying connections for any artist signed to Warner Bros, who would flourish with a DJ Vlad interview. Now, I don't know about 20K sales from a DJ Vlad interview. What I can say is there would most likely be an increase for 5 to 10,000 for the whole album. If she'll do an interview, which she won't. And DJ Vlad doesn't shy away from any questions. He will ask anything, and he will open that closet. And if you have skeletons in the closet, which Saweetie definitely does, they better be hidden. Things such as the Offset rumors, actually dropped a freestyle with her dissing Quavo, and nobody was here for it, and Joe Budden was furious.
I'm not listening to Saweetie until she answered the question. Everybody waiting for the answer. Did you fuck Offset or not? That's it.
Bad timing.
Horrible timing.
Well, which is why it's bad timing for
Well, if that's
whatever she was saying in that freestyle.
Yeah.
It ain't the time for your freestyle.
Gotcha.
Because what I heard, I honestly didn't really hear nothing directed to Quavo. Like, I just keep hearing Lil Baby.
Now, I'm not going to draw conclusions. I don't know if this was some response to Quavo and Takeoff's song Messy, but it doesn't matter because she is messy. I don't care how you look at it. If it was recently, if this was recorded a long time ago, she's dropping a freestyle, which is a Quavo diss or Quavo subliminal mention right after he lost his nephew. This couldn't be more worse of a time. And Saweetie better retire while she's down before she falls off entirely. It's like when she does stuff like this, I don't even feel bad for her for getting slandered on the internet because it's like she almost deserves it. So J. Breezy, a Jacksonville drill rapper, responded to Saweetie's claims about women running rap because males are too disrespectful and violent. Okay, we rap violence, but y'all music basically encourage women to only date men for money and put a price tag on your cat. So we all effed up, to be honest. Y'all ain't making no better than males. Saweetie is simply more of a shading celebrity than an artist, and the numbers prove it. What's that saying again? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And here we are. Vlad also called down how her label, Warner Music Bro, is ducking platforms like his and having their artists, such as Lizzo, go on a podcast, a cruise show, and only get 1,000 views on a podcast episode. Now, for a major hip-hop platform and to be an interview media outlet, that is extremely low. Now, this is an example of when emotions cloud your judgment. Now, many people feel that Vlad is a culture vulture, so they don't want to be on his platform or hate when he interviews super street dudes and basically gets rich off their pain and stories telling them growing up in poverty. These label publicists, who are ultimately paid for artist sales, funnel interviews to their media friends, which are often not the biggest outlet. Here's an example of another Warner Bros. Artist, Lizzo, doing interviews with the media outlet that only got 1,000 views. And then Vlad went to compare when he did a Warner Bros. Interview with an artist that technically signed to him but still independent, Annalie Choppa, and it got over 250k views, $250,000. So it's safe to say that a Vlad TV interview would have most definitely increased Saweetie's sales. But when you look at Annalie Choppa's interview, of course, that has way more views, of course, on Vlad's platform, you have to keep in mind that him and Vlad were also going out on Twitter, beefing. Vlad was calling him a, snake sales omen for cars. And basically, they were going back and forth. So there was a bit of tension, more of a demand for that interview. Now when it comes to Saweetie, there's no really demand for her music. She's not with Quavo anymore. She's not associated with the Migos. She does her City Girls stuff with the City Girls on Instagram and Shade Room. So there's really no fan base, no desire to see what she does in the music outside of her looks and stuff that she does for fun on the internet. Now, if you're interested in more videos like these, make sure you watch my BYJ playlist tagged above. Thank you guys for watching. We've been going up over the last month, man. Thank you guys for watching again. Jared the Star. I'm gone.